Hello, everyone, and this is Saida once again, and we have our own Shelina, and I have been following her on Instagram, big fan of hers, and her tips and tricks, and it is all about decluttering our house. And in this profession of home renovation and maintenance, I found one thing which is very much missing, and that is decluttering and organizing our house before going for a big renovation. So sometimes people come to me and say that they want additional cabinets, additional closets, or they want to have a bigger kitchen. But once my question to myself always is it very necessary to have a bigger kitchen, or do we need to declutter first and organize, then go for the next move? So, Shelina, thank you very much for taking out time, and I am your big fan. Once again,
Oh,
I
thank you.
am just committing in front of everyone because I'm watching your videos and your tips, and they are very helpful. So, how are
Oh,
you?
thank you. I'm all right. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me today. It's very nice of you. Thank you.
Tell me about yourself and your company, and how did you start this innovative idea of doing this kind of work?
So I used to be a lawyer. So I was a solicitor for many years. And then in 2013, I got fed up of being that. So I had dreamt about doing this for many, many years because I've always been organized and always an organizer. So I thought, no, I found no one was doing it in the region, in the whole of the Middle East. No one was doing it here. So I started my company. So
Yes.
it's 8 years. This year is the 8th year of starting Declutter Me, and yeah, so I've been doing that, helping people. Quite a lot of clients to get uh, decluttered and organized. As you said, a big thing of it is to do the decluttering before you renovate, before you move, and also organizing. But I also help people who have, say, moved back into the family house, or have moved into a new home and need to, especially when they get married, they have to fit two lots of things into a house, and people don't realize how that hard that can be. So there's various things that have to be considered when in a house, whether it's a new house, a renovated house, parents' house, whatever, and people don't think about that, and then they realize, so they call me to help. So yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Yeah. Very, very unique niche you have. And literally, people like me and many like me wants you to give us some tips and tricks. And that's why I have been following you on Instagram. And then
Right.
one day I realized that I need to bring you on board to tell us more about it. So let's start with our discussion. And
Yeah.
my first question to you, why do you think we should think about decluttering home or our office or warehouse?
Yeah, so a lot of it is, so for me, my ethos is you need to find everything in 5 seconds. If you can't, there's a problem with your system. So a lot of that is, it's not just about organizing it, not about putting it in boxes and labeling. It's also about getting rid of the things that you don't need, that are taking up valuable real estate in your life, and to give you more room for the things that you do like and do use on a regular basis. So that's why you should think about decluttering, because are you taking up valuable real estate in your house? I mean, if you're renting an apartment or you've bought a house and you've spent so much money and then you can't fit anything in it, what is the point of that, living like that? Then you have this clutter cloud over you. You feel frustrated, overwhelmed, feel chaotic. You don't feel you got time because it takes you so long to find anything. So that's the reason I always say to people, you need to declutter. You need to get rid of that clutter cloud that's hanging over your head. And I see people's shoulders kind of release when they get rid of the clutter, and I feel them feel more relaxed and like go, oh, okay, I feel at peace. So that's what people should be aiming for when they declutter.
Okay. So from where should one start a decluttering?
So I always say, don't, if you're going to do, say, your kitchen or your bedroom, don't take everything out. Do a mini declutter. So it's, do a section at a time. So whether it's one shelf, one cupboard, one side of the wardrobe, one drawer, spend 15, 20 minutes doing that one section. Declutter what you need to. So give it for donation, trash, recycle, or sell. and then you can organize the stuff in that cupboard. And if you do that for each and every section, within a week, you would have done maybe a whole room or half a room, so it's not making yourself feel overwhelmed by how much you've got. And it's just, doing it and making it into a project, but a section by section project. So that's what I always say. So choose an area and then start the mini declutter.
Okay. So do you think from where it is a mini project and you can start from very small thing and go to the next level?
Yeah.
So
So it could be,
declutter, yeah,
yeah.
go ahead, please.
No. So it could be anything. So I always say a big thing I say about mini decluttering is doing it while watching Netflix or watching one of the streaming services or TV. So you could just start with your coffee table. Like, how much junk is on your coffee table? If you've got, food, medicine, pens, electronics, remotes, millions of remotes for electronics that you don't even have in the house anymore, which I find a lot, do that. So while you're watching TV, so watch a half an hour show, or right now I'm watching Line of Duty quite a lot. So that's an hour TV program. So you can sit in front of TV engrossed in this TV show and do decluttering at the same time. So you're mixing the mini decluttering with we're doing something pleasurable. But find an area that you find you need to do, which won't make you overwhelmed. So don't do the memory box or photos, because that's always difficult, or paperwork. Do the simpler things first. So anything in your bedroom or in your kitchen.
So what, in your experience, what are the most important part of the house that you really emphasize on, and for us to start with?
To start with, I always say the kitchen is the easiest to do, because you could easily go through, say, the pantry items and find out of date stuff. And it's always a good time to do it right now before Ramadan. So you get rid of the old food that you bought in bulk last year, which you haven't used. There's a big thing about bulk buying. We could talk about that later. But so kitchen's always a good one to start with. You find your broken crockery, broken saucepans, or saucepans with no Teflon on it anymore, food that's old or you don't eat. You bought packets of crisps that no one eats. Why are you keeping it? So that's a good one to start. And also because you use kitchen so much that it's a valuable part of your real estate that needs to be organized. So yeah, always start there.
Okay, so let's talk about kitchen more. So
Okay.
in the kitchen, like you said, it's very easy, and for me, I think it's a big challenge. So let's talk about the kitchen. So from where you are, throwing out the expired food that we don't need, and the utensils that no more in a good condition.
Yeah.
How about the cabinets and how to organize those cabinets in the kitchen?
So let me reverse the question to you. You said you find it a challenge. So what are you finding is the challenge right now with dealing with your kitchen?
I would say it's a good question, actually. So I would say a spice rack.
Right.
And
Okay.
all the different types of the sizes of the boxes. So one cereal box is this big, another, the masala box is this.
Yeah.
So it's very difficult. Yeah.
I think with the spice rack, and what a lot of people are doing now is getting matching jars, and getting you can get steps to put into the cabinets. Or what I've done recently, because I redid all my spices, is I've emptied a drawer and put all my spices and the tinned tomatoes, because we use it so much for curries, all the things that we need for cooking, like with the spices, I've put them into a drawer. So I've got all the same jar sizes. The very good jars to buy are from IKEA. They have a jar that you can get, which is got the black top on it as glass. And what I say to people is, don't buy, the big containers or the big packets unless you use a lot of it. So for me, I use coriander and cumin a huge amount. So I have a big jar for it. But for everything else, I put it in little jars because I don't need that much. Like chili, yes, a lot as well.
Yeah.
But everything else, we're so lucky in this country that we can go to Carrefour and Lulu and get everything loose. So get loose amounts. So buy, a small amount, and it only costs like then 20 fills or something for a small bag, and you put it into the jar. and then you fill the jar up. And then when it's finished, you can buy more, because it's not difficult for us to go. There's supermarkets around every corner selling loose spices. So that's what I recommend to people. Stop buying the big bulky amounts, the big packets, 500 grams or whatever, because it goes off, bugs go in it. But first of all, do the decluttering. So for you, I would say go through all your spices and see which ones have expired. And the ones that are still never been opened, which a lot of people have, they bought spices that never been opened, never buy them again, because you're not going to use it. Or if you do, buy a small amount from the, loose to use. And then you'll have only the spices that you do use. Then see how many of them you've got, and then buy the right jars for those spices. So you do it like that. So first do the declutter, do the cull, realize what you actually do use, and then get the jars for that, and then fill them up, and then decide whether you want to put it in a cabinet or in a drawer. If you're putting in a cabinet, you can get steps from Home Center or from Amazon to put the spices on top of each other. And then it's easy to access.
So do you recommend labeling them as well?
Oh yeah, I do. But if you don't buy a label machine. I have a label machine. I have two, because it's my job, it's my business. But most people in a day-to-day life don't need labels. So you can buy labels. So there's a woman called the Label Souk here. You can buy it online from her, or you can buy from Etsy or Amazon the spices. Or if somebody has a label machine, you can ask to borrow it and use that. But try, or you can print them. You can get label paper now, and then print them out and then stick them onto the jars. So don't waste money on a label machine unless you use it like I do every day practically.
So let's go on to from kitchen to the next step, and it
Right.
is the store and powder room. So how, and closets.
Yeah.
These are the big bundles of clutter. So how do you handle it?
So for storerooms, it's all different for different people. So for me, I find different things and different sizes of storerooms for clients. So, in local houses, they have a whole, it's a whole section of a house is usually in the basement is a storeroom. Whereas with regular people, we have a little storeroom in an apartment or in our villa, and we just throw things in. So for that, you need a bit of time. And if you need, I would say, it can get overwhelming, which is why you get organizers. But once again, take it section by section. So go through the first bit of the storeroom, take it out, see what it is. Do you need it? Can you throw it away? Can you recycle it? Can you sell it? Then the next thing, and clear everything up and keep only what you want to keep. Once you know what you want to keep in that storeroom, then you can look at shelving, and what you need to store everything in. Or, so you can look at shelving, you can look at boxes then, but don't buy shelving and boxes until you first decluttered what's in there, so you've got rid of everything that you don't need. Powder rooms, same thing. People, powder room is just supposed to be your powder room. You have your candle, you have your toilet roll, towel. You're not supposed to have that much in it, but people use it as a storeroom as well. So if it is your storeroom, do the same thing as you would, like I just said, for the storeroom. But if you're using it as a powder room, again, do the declutter, get rid of things, and then organize everything into the space that you have. So if you have cupboard space, put it in there. If not, you can build shelving or buy shelving, say from IKEA, to put into that, into the powder room and the storeroom.
I saw your yesterday's post, and I think it was yesterday or day before, and it was all about are your clothes inside the closet are crease free when you are taking it out? So tell me more about it.
So it is a difficult thing. Like if you have too many clothes, most often it's then full of creases. And I'm sure if you see the before and after of my social media, I don't have time to iron people's clothes when I'm organizing it. So people often see clothes that have been folded or hung, which are creased. And that's because it's been squashed in or thrown in. So how annoying is that for you if you wake up in the morning and you want to go to work or you want to go out and you end up seeing creased clothes, which were ironed, but because you've put them into the wardrobe or thrown them in. So the key thing for you to do to reduce the creases is to do the decluttering and make more space to reduce the amount of creases happening. So, you know, of course you'll get creases if you fold the clothes, but you know, if you haven't got much hanging space, you need to fold more. So you need to do a proper fold of the clothes so you can easily take it out and then put it on without it looking, you know, shabby. You know, you don't want to look like a homeless person. So that's the key thing. So once again, for, you know, for the clothes, I always ask, do you love it? Do you wear it? Is it in good condition? Does it fit? And is it fashionable? And if it's none of that, if it's no to all of those questions, then get rid of it. Why is it taking room in your space? Either sell it if it's, you know, high value, or donate it, or if it's in a really bad condition, or underwear or bikinis or swimming costumes or whatever, throw it in the bin, you know, because you can't donate them.
Okay, so viewers, thank you, Mahinder, for watching and liking us. And I got a few comments as well here. So first question is,
Right.
I always have a problem with different types of jars and bottle in the kitchen. Should I throw them away?
No, well, there's different thoughts, because right now it's very cool to get all the same jars and make it look pretty like you see on social media, even on my social media. But it's up to you and what your budget is, because buying all these jars, especially for all the pulses, rice, flour, spices, all these things, it can cost a few thousand dirhams. So see what your budget is. But also look at your jars. If you've got the same sort of jars, you know, like the ones, there's a plastic one with a yellow top that a lot of people have. If you have that, buy more of the same kind if you like it. If you don't like it, then buy new jars. But it depends on your budget and how much you can spend at that time. But there are so many different choices now. We're very lucky living here that we have so much choice. So, you know, you can get things from Amazon, you can get in bulk, or, you know, IKEA, Dragon Mart, Home Center have really awesome jars that I use a lot with clients that I love. And you can then, and the beauty of them, a lot of them, is that, you know, you, once you've bought them, you can use them wherever you go. So you build the habit, you build the system, you take them wherever you go moving forward. So it just depends on you and your budget. It looks lovely. I have matching jars. I do love having matching jars, and I change them every few years because trends have changed, and because I am an organizer and I have to test out jars
Yes,
and things. So,
definitely.
you know,
Yeah.
I have to do it. So right now I'm loving the glass jars with bamboo lids. So that's what a lot of people are loving right now, because it's more sustainable. And so I'm loving them, and it looks good in my kitchen. So, but I took a while to buy all the jars. I didn't buy 20 jars immediately for myself. I took, you know, section by section, like first my tea and coffee area and my biscuits, then I did spices, you know, and now I've done boxes for my pantry stuff. So take your time. You don't have to rush into it.
So Mahinder is saying, lovely session, Saida and Shalina. Simple yet very important suggestions. Thanks. Few are followed at our place already. So he's following already and
Awesome.
he is watching it right now. So
Okay.
Mahinder, lovely to have you. And yeah. So another question has arrived. I am homeschooling mom.
Yep.
Tell me some tips.
Okay. That's a big question. That's
Huge.
very general. Okay.
Yeah.
Which area? So she's a homeschooling mom. So she has most probably lots of paperwork, desks with school stuff. Have a special area, a zone. Everything should be zoned wherever you are. So even in your kitchen, in your bedroom, in your office, everywhere should have a zone. So create zones for your kids and their schoolwork, and for your office stuff as well. And create, you know, whether it's box files or trays, create a system to put things coming in and coming out, and review them every week. So do the mini declutter every week to see if you need that paperwork, if you need the office supplies or whatever. in relation to the homeschooling, because most probably you don't, and a lot of it actually with homeschooling now is online, isn't it? But if you do a mini declutter, 15-20 minutes every week of that area which you're using for homeschooling, it'll make you feel better and your kids feel better as well, so they'll feel less overwhelmed with the clutter that might be on their desk.
Okay, so lots of questions are coming, so I will be asking
Okay, sure.
because they are in my list as well. So
Okay, go.
let's go back, and it's about for bathroom. So do you
Bathroom.
recommend to have a special storage area in the bathroom because of contamination and moisture?
Yeah, I mean, ideally, yes, because, and especially you have to consider we live in a hotter climate. Even though we have aircon, you switch your aircon off when you leave the house, hopefully.
Yeah,
So things will go off more here than they do in other countries, say in Europe.
right,
A lot of toiletries have got best before dates on them. So if I show you, I don't know if you guys can see, but there
yeah,
is a date here. So this says May 2021 on this
right, yes,
container. So all toiletries, if you've got tubes like this, they'll have a date at the top. Sun
right,
cream has a date on it, but I would say because you take it out in the sun, give it reduce it by 6 months. So everything has got a date on it. Even lipsticks, I don't know if this MAC one has, but usually MAC
yeah,
have a little container and it says 12 months or 18 months. So you
okay,
need to know, look at the review every quarter of the year, all your toiletries, whether they've gone off. Same with medicine. And then, find and also review what you do and don't use. So a lot of people buy shampoo and conditioner and then they find they don't like it because it doesn't work for their hair, or shower gel smells horrible. Why are you keeping it? Give it away, donate it. If you have a maid, give it to your maid, throw it away. If it's horrible, if it's burnt your scalp, you really need to get rid of it. People keep these things when they don't need it or don't use it. So once you
yeah,
get rid of this stuff, you can then see how much storage room you need and what you need to buy. So whether that's big cabinet pieces or whether it's just boxes to put the things in. And also don't buy in bulk, because we don't need to here. It's even anywhere in the world now, because there's supermarkets around every corner, literally. You can do online shopping. So if you run out of something, if you run out of shampoo, you can order it and it'll be delivered the same day, or you can go to the supermarket and buy it. So if you buy less bulk buy of stuff, it will help you in the long run for storage, because you won't need more storage solutions for it.
right. So Jamila is here and looks like she knows you, and she's saying, very interesting, ladies. Hi, Shalina, 13 years, I haven't seen you. So
Oh,
you need to connect, Jamila. Jamila is my daughter's friend's mom, and
okay,
we know each other. So Jamila, I haven't seen you as well for a long time. So let's meet up.
okay.
So let's go back. And do you agree to buy from sale in bulk or impulse buying? So what do you say about it? So you have
No,
already
well, no.
said a lot.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of bulk buying. I find it a waste. And it's because I've been in so many houses over the years and I've seen so many people bulk buy, and then the items have gone off, especially during Ramadan. People buy so much. I mean, how much pasta does one family need? You know what I mean? So it is a waste. You're wasting your money. You're not saving by buying in bulk. And as I said, it's so easy to buy now items. So there isn't really a reason to buy in bulk. The only thing I do buy in bulk, I mean, we have one or two things that we have, but I buy cans of tomato because I use so much,
Yeah,
for cooking.
exactly.
And a lot of people like that. And that's a lot of people have that. If there's a certain food item that you use so much, yes, okay, bulk buy. Garlic ginger jars. I bought another 2-pack today because we go through so much. But other things like there's a toiletries place that sells candles and shower gel and cream, which the women will know. That place is a plague. That has a sale every week. I don't know why women have to buy 5 candles because they last a year. So, sorry. Don't.
I am loving it. I am loving it. It's so much coming out from your heart.
It's like, just don't. A candle will last for 6 months, a year. You don't need to buy 5 different flavors. Yeah, you don't. Like, please don't. Stop. That place is on sale every week. So yeah, I don't like bulk buying. No.
Yeah, same. I really discourage the bulk buy. I had an interview with Gulf News 2 days back, and again, the Ramadan bulk buying was a question for me. Being a Muslim woman, they asked me, and I said, no, I have the plan when to buy for
Yeah,
more. And 100, usually on Amazon or Noon, delivery is free for on 100 dirhams. So
yeah,
yeah, that's all right. You can avail it.
exactly.
So
Exactly. Yeah. You
exactly,
don't.
it's so much easy.
Yeah, so you really don't need to buy now. We are so lucky here. Like you said, I mean, Noon, you do now, and it literally comes in an hour. InstaShop
Yeah.
is an hour. I mean, I live in JVC. There are about 50 supermarkets around my area. There's the choice is ridiculous. You know, I can order meat. If I realize I haven't got meat to cook, I can order it and it'll come fresh from butchers. We don't have to bulk buy anymore. It doesn't make sense, and it's just a waste of money. And I've thrown away so much food and toiletries because of bulk buying. It's heartbreaking to see how much is wasted. So yeah.
Yeah, so I would say if one have to clear their shelf, they will see that how much is wasted rather than being used actually,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
which is very, very important. So another question has arrived, and
Yeah.
it is Mahinder is asking, what are the best declutter kits or products or shops? I am big fan of chic, unique things. And where would one shop for these things? For example, IKEA has few boxes and bins, easy to label. Please recommend any other. Or do you have any product to show here if it is near to
Well,
you?
Declutter Me will be selling clear boxes like next week, so you can buy from Declutter Me very soon, and glass bottles as well. IKEA is great. I love IKEA. There are a lot of boxes in that box storage area downstairs. That's great. The Samla boxes, Ratanel, the white boxes are very good. I highly recommend them. You can also buy Daiso has great ones, which is a more budget friendly option. That they have good ones, and they have a lot of boxes, especially smaller acrylic boxes, which are very similar to Muji.
Yeah.
So they're great. Muji is also awesome. I like Muji. Muji lasts for a very long time, so they're worth spending the money. But it's if you have the budget, not everyone can afford Muji prices. So, Daiso is a good equivalent. And another one is Home Center. I like Home Center. They're become better and better over the years. Their kitchen items, the containers for food is one of the best, and it's just like OXO containers but cheaper. And they also have a lot of good bedroom stuff and bathroom stuff as well, which you can find at the back of their store. So yeah, I highly recommend them.
Okay, so looks like we are running out of time, but so many questions are arriving.
Okay, sure.
So yeah, looks like people are very much engaging right now, and it
Awesome.
is all about kids' room. So they
Okay.
want to know everything, all part
Okay.
of their house.
So kids' room is a massive thing as well. So it depends on whether you're talking about the toys or about the clothes. The
Toys, yeah,
clothes, of
toys.
course, if you've got one child and you're looking to have more children and you want to separate, do that immediately. So when you have, it might be too late now, but if you are pregnant, you have just had a newborn baby, separate them into sizes. So there's the newborn, then there's 1 to 3 months, 3 to 6, 6 to 9, 9 to 12, and then 12 to 18. Separate them into those sections and then put them into either a box, so say a box from IKEA, or into vacuum bags. Or you can get cloth bags as well and put them in there, and then label those. So label the clothes that are newborn. So when you finish with the newborn, put all the newborn into a bag, the next with the 1 to 3, and continue. And then you have them all ready for your next baby. So do that. And, you can do the mini organize, instead of mini declutter, do a mini organize. So find 15, 20 minutes to get all the clothes and then just separate them into the sizes and then put them into bags, vacuum bags or into boxes, and get them out of the way and put them in the top of the wardrobe then, because you don't need them within easy access, unless you're having a baby very quickly straight after. And then anything that's, in a bad state from when the baby's used, throw it away straight away. Put it in the recycling. Don't keep it. If you don't like it, if it was uncomfortable for your child, or if it's got stains that are never going to be removed and it looks horrible, then remove it immediately from the pile. So that's always a good thing to do with the kids stuff. Toys, I always say, please don't buy so many toys for your kids. But if you do, there's different ways to deal with the toys, especially when you have too many toys. So either you put a lot of the toys into big boxes or big bins and put them away, and then rotate the toys so they play with different toys all the time. Another thing is there's a company called Kiddos, who I've collaborated with before. You can rent toys from them. So they have amazing, like, especially wooden toys that you can rent from them, and you get them for a month, and then they give you another set of toys for the next month. And it's a lovely way to save the clutter and also keep your house organized, because you won't have that many toys to deal with then. You just have these certain toys that they play with once a month. So that's a good alternative to, instead of buying millions and millions of expensive toys for the kids.
Okay, so another question.
Okay.
Another question is, can I declutter when I am moving out, or should I do it when moving in?
I always say do it before you move out, so you save on taking rubbish with you to your new house, because why do you want to take the things you don't want into your new space? So the sooner you do it before you move, the better. So don't do it at the last minute, because you'll be overwhelmed with dealing with the moving, the furniture, the clothes, the packing, all that stuff. So do it if you know you're moving in about 2 to 3 months before the move date. Do the decluttering. So either get someone to come in and just work with you for a few hours to declutter, like myself, or do it yourself and do the mini declutter every day for a few weeks. But definitely do it beforehand. Don't do it. It's more, you can do it when you move to the new place, but it's always a pain. Just make it easy.
Carrying them, paying to the move out company.
Yeah. And also when you do the decluttering before you move, you can also organize your clothes into sections as well, or your stuff, your kitchen stuff as well. So everything's all ready to be packed in the right way to go to the new place as well. So yeah, I always recommend do it before.
Right. So is there anything that you want to add to our discussion and I haven't touched on that point?
I think that's everything. I talk about, think about whether you can find everything in 5 seconds. Do the mini declutter, which I've talked about a lot. Also, my other thing is buy one, get rid of two. So if you buy a dress, get rid of 2 things. So an easy way to deal with that is to get a paper bag, a nice paper bag, that you bought from a shop. Put that in your wardrobe. And every time you open your wardrobe, you'll see things that you don't wear, don't like, don't fit into. Put it in that bag. And when that bag is full, you can give it for donation. And also by filling that bag, you deal with the buy one, get rid of 2 thing automatically. So you're building the habit to declutter regularly, and also helping yourself for the buy one get rid of 2 ethos of mine. So yeah, that's my major tip.
Okay, so 5 minutes, 5-second check, and also the buy one and get
rid of 2. Yep. Yeah. And always do the mini declutter.
Okay, so Shalina, if somebody from our group wants to connect with you and take your packages, so what should I suggest them to? What types of packages do you have? How can you help, and how do you help actually?
So I have different packages. So the main, I do buy 2 hours, 4 hours, and 8 hours. So 2 hours is just for decluttering. And it's usually for people in Dubai just because of the time of traveling. But 4 hours is usually great for kitchens. So what I do is that I work with the client to go through each cupboard or, each section, see what needs to be decluttered, and then organize everything and label it. So I zone everything. So everything in, your kitchen or your wardrobe or wherever, your living room, it's all zoned out and labeled. So you build the habit to start being organized moving forward. And you can find everything in 5 seconds moving forward. And then 8 hours is for closets, very big kitchens, or if you've got 2 kitchens, like a few people have got a regular kitchen and a dirty kitchen. So they're my packages. So if anybody wants to get in touch, they can always go to my website, which you'll put up on your on the thing, the link, but
Yes.
it's at declutterme.com. And you can just fill in the contact form, name the group, and let me know, and then you'll get a 10% off any of the 4 hours and 8 hour packages. And yeah, if you have any questions, I can answer that as well when I do a free consultation as well, so I can talk to the clients, and to the group and explain how I work and what the best way to work with them will be. And I cover the whole of the UAE and the Middle East when I can travel. So yeah.
Okay, so thank you very much, Helena. You answered my last question, and that is 10% discount for all our exclusive members. So you already answered my question, because it is something that always help us to connect more people and get help more people actually. So this has been a very pain point and very important discussion that has been pending for a long time, and I couldn't find the right person to talk about, because whenever somebody contact us for the villa extension or the kitchen renovation and remodeling, and they always ask for the cabinets, additional closets, and it's a very expensive part of the renovation actually. So cabinetry itself is like 60 to 70% of your whole kitchen budget actually. And it is very expensive. So I always think, and I always tell people, have you considered decluttering? And they're like, yeah, we know very well. And everything is what we need. Whereas actually it's not. So thank you very much, Helena, for your time. And it was lovely, lovely, lovely having you. It was very interactive. So many questions coming in. I hope more people will be commenting it when they get the chance to view the video. So thank you very much, Helena. And it was lovely knowing you.
You too.
I didn't know that you just live in my neighborhood. So one day we should catch.
In the new mall that's opening soon.
Yeah. So thank you very much, Lena. And I will get in contact with you. And viewers, whenever you think about decluttering, think about Shalina. Thank you very much, Shalina.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thanks. Have a good day.
Bye.